All right, you got your point. It's a good pump. It's a good pump, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely got a bicep pump. For sure.
That's solid. It's a vibe. I rock with it. I like it. I like it. It's good. Oh, 10. It's a vibe.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You do like 4 or 5 of these, you on fire.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of these is good. It's a good focus on the rear delts, triceps, and the chest.
Yeah, bro. Love that. Yo, I'm feeling that in my shoulders, some extra bands, my lats, my triceps, obliques, everywhere, bro. I love that. I love it. Especially to easily hit the rear delts, medial delts, all at the same time.
The Rip Stick is a powerful little tool that fits right in your pocket. You can use it anywhere, home, gym, or even on the go. It's designed to target your smaller, stabilizing muscles that calisthenics and weightlifting usually miss. Great for shoulder rehab, injury prevention, and full upper body activation. It's super convenient, affordable, and also hits your ass.
Yo, we live. We in the building. The Rips is here and we in the building. Y'all see what the title is? Yo, we're gonna be reacting to this video that Trap Harder TV put out, Move the Pounds. And that's what we're gonna get into. We're gonna react to that, and that's what it is. We're gonna see the video is titled let me switch over so y'all can see my screen as well. The video is titled, "Is There a Gang War in Calisthenics?" So we're gonna see what the word is when it comes to that. As well as first and foremost, in the beginning of the video, he got us in the video, so we definitely had to react to, or have to react to this. Let me double check and make sure the sound is good. Oh yeah, the audio is perfect. So we gonna rock out with our sock out. What's the word? Is you all good?
Yep. Start it up.
Somebody just said, non-calisthenic Prince broke his jaw exercising. The man got his jaw broke by a fellow calisthenic practitioner. And that's the bottom line.
From my understanding, I got this shit happening because of fitness, man. This shit ain't moving on them. Know what it is. Talking about some pounds on my mood.
A calisthenic influencer gets his jaw broken. Alliances are collapsing. Former friends are becoming enemies. And what started as a movement built around discipline, fitness, and self-improvement now looks eerily similar to a gang war. To understand how we got here, we have to go back to the beginning.
All right, guys. So that first clip was actually from a live stream we did. Flip him over. How we flip it?
Flip what over?
The big screen. All right, guys. So that first clip that y'all seen, that was actually from a live stream that we did. And we actually called Calisthenic Prince on the phone. Now, a lot of people are having issues with me saying the whole Calisthenics, and I get it. And I kind of agree with them on certain points, right? So we're going to stop using the term, because in retrospect, when you really look at it, yes, there's fights, there's people beating each other up in all sports, right? So why did I single out calisthenics to say gangisthenics? Is because it's not just the fight. It's actually the mentality and the movement. But we want to kind of get away from that word, gangisthenics, and we want to focus on this video. And even though the video looks negative, when you actually watch the video, you're going to get a lot of positive within this video. So as you see, he started off with me and Qasim talking to Calisthenic Prince. Obviously, he got his jaw broken by a fellow calisthenic practitioner. It's well known. There's nobody telling. There's nobody snitching. The dude who broke his jaw went online and told on himself. This is public information, guys. So we just gonna lock in. And as you can see, no weak niggas allowed. Training with New York's strongest gang. this actual video, right? If you look here, no weak niggas allowed, training with New York's strongest gang. This actual video proves the point of what we was trying to say, but we want to get away from that, right? But it's just strange that when we say gang, they act like we said something wrong. So let's hear what Move the Pound gotta say.
Before social media, before YouTube, and long before anyone knew what calisthenics would become.
I need a button to pause.
To understand why certain crews move the way they do today, why loyalty matters so much, and why disagreements can sometimes spiral into real-life violence. You have to understand the environment that helped shape generations of young men in New York City. Because long before there were fitness influencers, long before there were viral pull-up videos, and long before anyone had ever heard the phrase calisthenics community, New York was fighting a very different war.
Why it didn't stop?
Because it was on a different screen. Go ahead.
All right, so we got a comment that said there's no gang war. Conversations like this is hyping it up. Just upload battling videos like you've been doing because all this internet BS is getting boring. Okay, need to restock, bro. Somebody said I messed with the video but didn't mess with the title. Now, pay attention to the video. Focus on the video. Stop worrying about what was said in the past, gang aesthetics and all of that. We definitely uploading battles, but right now we're covering this specific video. And the reason why I want to cover this video is so you can get an understanding of New York. What New York was bred and built on. Myself included, how we raised in New York. It's no different than LA and places like that.
Yeah, so with
In
what
the
he said,
years
I think
following World
that
War
there's
II,
nothing wrong with
New York City.
Listen, I definitely understand. I definitely took a step back to actually think about the whole thing as far as the whole gang aesthetics and stuff like that. But I think when it comes to this, I think that certain things, especially when it involves or, you know, is close to us, I think that we need to speak on it, right? But like he said, we're not going to continue on with this over and over and over. And this probably will be the last time that we quote unquote speak on it, expressly in this way. But the reality is that we're obviously trying to promote something positive, and we're not promoting negativity by quote unquote speaking up against negativity. Like, that makes no sense, right? So we're not condoning the negativity, we're speaking against it. And, you know, with videos like this or previous videos that we've you know, spoken on this and this whole gang aesthetics notion or whatever it is, you know, clearly that's not the type of time we've been on. We've never been on that type of time, and we're on positivity, and we're gonna speak on, or we have spoken on, the negativity. So I think it's only fair that we don't actually ignore the reality of some situations that's going on. And gang aesthetics is probably not the best quote unquote title, but in reality, that is the mindset in a sense that can be attributed to some of the things that have taken place. Whether you call it gang aesthetics, street aesthetics, thug aesthetics, simple as that.
Experienced a massive demographic
It's going to
shift.
take us a while to
Hundreds
get
of
through this
thousands
video.
of African American and Puerto Rican families moved into neighborhoods throughout Upper Manhattan and Brooklyn, searching for opportunity and a better life. Instead, many found themselves facing hostility. Existing neighborhood groups often viewed the newcomers as outsiders, creating tension that sometimes erupted into violence. In response, young people began organizing, not to build criminal enterprises, not to become gangsters, but to protect the people around them. Across communities, small neighborhood crews started appearing. In East Harlem, also known as El Barrio, organizations such as the Dragons and the Viceroys emerged.
So if y'all understand, the origin of gangs was never negative. In most, when you talk about Bloods, Crips, the origins of these gangs were actually to protect the community, and then obviously it turned into something else.
It was simple: protect the block, protect the neighborhood and protect the people. At the time, loyalty wasn't measured by internet followers. It was measured by who stood beside you when trouble showed up, and that mindset would leave a permanent mark on New York culture. One thing many people misunderstand about this era is that New York wasn't controlled by massive national gangs. Quite the opposite. Every neighborhood had its own identity, its own rules, its own people, its own pride. Groups formed independently, often with little connection to organizations outside their immediate area. Even early groups carrying names that would later become nationally recognized existed as entirely separate local organizations. New York wasn't united, it was fragmented, a collection of small kingdoms all competing for respect and survival.
And this is my thing. I think New York did bad when they went to a whole nother coast, a whole nother state, took a gang from there, brought it into New York. I think that was the worst thing that New York could have ever done, was bring the Bloods and the Crips over. Master Ak, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. How you feeling, Ak? It's been a minute. Obviously, gangs are to protect the people, but I think when New York went in and got that Blood and Crip stuff and brought it over here, New York caught a L for me.
The city entered the late 1960s, those divisions would become even more pronounced because one borough was about to descend into chaos, the Bronx. By the late 1960s, large sections of the South Bronx looked like a war zone. Urban renewal projects displaced communities. Buildings were abandoned. Landlords burned properties for insurance money. Entire blocks were reduced to rubble. Families who had nowhere else to go found themselves trapped inside neighborhoods abandoned by the very institutions meant to support them. And when communities lose structure, people create their own. Out of that destruction emerged some of the largest street organizations New York had ever seen. Not just gangs, entire social systems. For many young people, these groups became family, security, identity, and purpose all rolled into one. One of the biggest organizations to emerge during this period was the Black Spades, founded in 1968.
Yo, guys, you gotta really appreciate the situation at hand, because he's giving you a breakdown of New York gang culture and gang history. You know what I mean? And it kind of like sheds light on exactly the mindset of NYC.
At the Bronx Dale houses in Soundview, the organization grew rapidly throughout the city.
So if y'all don't know, Soundview was also known for, you know what?
Sex, money, murder.
Sex, money, murder. Soundview was also, so this is not nothing new. If you constantly see what's going on.
This history is repeating itself.
By movements such as the Black Panthers, the group developed a strong sense of discipline, structure, and identity.
Pay attention. Why did the government shut the Black Panthers down?
For organizing and doing something positive.
Did the government shut the Bloods down?
Negative.
Did they shut the Crips down?
Negative.
Did they shut the people down that's killing each other in a rapid pace? No, bismillah.
Nah, they're not gonna do that.
They killing the Martins, the Malcolms. That's what I'm telling you. So when you see somebody that they quote unquote act like they doing good for the community, but they ain't dead, and I'm not saying, you know what I mean, but most people when they start to make like they say in the where streaming, when these people hit a certain level, you start seeing them blind their head, they sell their soul. Likewise, when you in the positive, Black Panthers, and you start hitting a certain level, and then people start noticing, oh, this dude is about to make a change.
Right.
They clip you, son. They ain't clipping no Bloods.
As its influence expanded, numerous divisions formed across multiple boroughs and communities. Then there was the Savage Skulls. Known throughout areas like Hunts Point, they built a reputation for being aggressive, organized, and fiercely protective of their territory. At a time when heroin was devastating entire neighborhoods, groups like these often positioned themselves as direct opponents to local drug activity. Meanwhile, another organization took a dramatically different approach, the Ghetto Brothers. led by Benjamin Yellow Benji Melendez. They focused heavily on community organizing. They created programs for local residents, confronted drug dealers, and attempted to transform neighborhood energy into something constructive.
You know what's crazy? Realize that anybody who's familiar with like New York and in different neighborhoods, a lot of those buildings are still exactly the same from then, like those times, like from the 70s and all that. Them buildings are still standing with no elevators, no nothing. Like in the same areas that he's talking about, in the Bronx specifically.
Yeah. So as you see, these guys came about. They started to press drug dealers. No, you're not having that here. Just like the Muslims did in Bed-Stuy, where Imam Siraj al-Hajj, they closed 16 crack houses. Once you start to get to a certain level, they're gonna put a stop to you, bro. I'm telling you. That's just the sunnah of the government.
Man said the son of the
As the
government.
1970s unfolded, something unexpected began happening in the Bronx. Instead of expressing rivalry through endless violence, many young people started competing through culture, graffiti, breakdancing, DJing, and rapping. What would eventually become known as hip-hop culture was beginning to take shape. Street corners became stages, parks became arenas, battles were fought through creativity rather than weapons. For a moment, it seemed like an entirely different path was possible, one where
All right, Chad. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, even hip hop has taken a turn for the worse. And what I mean by that, back then, they used to pull up, they used to see you, they used to battle.
Right.
That could have been easily calisthenics. So we pushing that narrative. When I see you, we gonna see who's the strongest. But then what start to happen? First of all, F the chicken, the click you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with gleam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it starts to turn to something else.
Starts to turn into something else. We literally in the club dancing to death. I'ma bust your head open. I got the dick on me. Bro, am I lying?
Nah, you're not lying.
Bro, listen to some of the lyrics when you start to really like, yo, what did he just say? Bro, the dude is talking about killing you, your whole family, and even your moms is in the club like, yo, this my jam. Why everything we touch turn into the opposite of, what's the opposite of gold?
I don't know.
Right? Is it just opposite?
Dust. Dirt,
Dust? Bro, it's like we can't, everything is, it starts with positivity. We went over to Chicago, they started bar setters. Oh, you didn't even know about that. They started beefing in the chat.
I do know about that.
Oh, you know about that.
It was like 30 people in the chat.
And then they split.
Then
Oh yeah, because you remember. Always, bro. It's always a bunch of bad apples.
It was blowing up my phone notifications with foolishness.
How much solid dudes no freaking you know?
What you mean? Like
in
general in life?
Yeah, like you could say
Like a handful.
a handful. I could trust this dude, with my wife, not saying, I'm not putting nobody around my wife, but worst case scenario, bro, I just got booked. You in the car with my wife, you gotta take her home. You know what I'm saying? I got $10,000 in the drawer, it's there. You know what I'm saying? We business partners. How many solid people do you really know? Not too many. That's why we jammed up.
could be earned through talent instead of fear. But that peace wouldn't last forever because a new influence was quietly making its way into New York. Not through neighborhoods, not through community centers.
Teen gun
prison
deaths
system.
up 77%.
And once it arrived, the entire landscape would change. The gangs that dominated New York during the 1970s weren't the same gangs that would dominate New York during the 1990s. A new model was coming, one built on codes, colors, constitutions, and prison politics. And before long, organizations like the Latin Kings, the Bloods, and the Trinitarios would reshape the streets in ways nobody saw coming. Now at this point, some of you are probably wondering, what does any of this have to do with calisthenics? One is street gangs, the other is people doing pull-ups in the park. But here's the thing, many of the parks, neighborhoods, crews, and social dynamics that would eventually give birth to New York's calisthenics culture were developing inside the very same communities we're talking about right now.
Okay. So now y'all understand.
He's still focusing on the Bronx too.
Yeah, because the Bronx is dirty. Bro, the Bronx is foul.
Yo, bro.
Bro. The Bronx is foul. So as you can see, he's giving you the full breakdown of what is going on to really understand why is we getting to this level here. Hit play on that.
The story of modern calisthenics didn't begin with fitness. It began with identity, with respect, territory, with brotherhood, and sometimes with conflict.
Stop.
Trust me, we're not taking.
Look, send me on the thumbnail. They didn't see that because did you shoot back? Did you shoot back?
Oh, because you never changed it.
All right, so we're going to hit play again.
Same communities we're talking about right now. The story of modern calisthenics didn't begin with fitness. It began with identity, with respect, with territory, with brotherhood, and sometimes with conflict.
Okay.
We're not taking a detour here. We're laying the foundation for everything that's about to happen. Because once social media enters the picture, and once these old neighborhood dynamics collide with money, influence, and internet fame, the calisthenics community will find itself facing many of the same problems that have divided groups for generations. By the early 1990s, New York's gang landscape had changed dramatically. Organizations born in prisons were spreading throughout the city. Colors mattered, reputation mattered, respect mattered. And for many young men growing up in the housing projects of Harlem, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Upper Manhattan, the pressure to choose a path was
That looks like B-Rap.
but something else was beginning to grow. Something that looked completely different on the surface, yet underneath shared many of the exact same
just
roots.
leave that joint on the screen. All right, chat. So obviously you seen the Bloods throwing up bees and all that. At one time, Brooklyn wasn't on the gang time. The Bronx came through. The Bloods started getting crazy. Turn the sound up on the video. The volume kind of low.
I got you.
Extra money, healthy, and Abu going to jail for sure. Allah knows best.
For what though?
Yeah, just but figure this out, guys. Calisthenics, when it first came about, not saying that they wasn't doing it in jail for forever, but it was based on when the calisthenic crew started coming out, it was based on positivity. That's how it always starts out. Yeah, this is crazy, Master Ak. I'm telling you.
Calisthenics culture appear to be complete opposites. One revolves around violence, the other revolves around fitness. One destroys lives, the other transforms them. But the reality is far more complicated because both movements were born from the exact same environment, the same housing projects, the same abandoned neighborhoods, the same public parks, the same young men trying to survive. Many of these communities lacked access to expensive fitness centers. There were no luxury gyms, no sponsorships, no fitness influencers, and no social media. All they had was concrete, a pull-up bar, and each other. Just as earlier generations claimed blocks and street corners, a new generation began claiming something else, the bars. Across New York City, parks became gathering places. What once served as neighborhood hangouts slowly transformed into outdoor training grounds. Pull-up.
Yo, chat. So now, oh yeah, you can see all of the baggy clothes and the difference dealing with back then to now. But you can see some of the moves that they're doing are relevant because people are doing the moves now and claiming, yo, we created them. These dudes been doing these moves. These dudes been doing these moves. But look how he's explaining the fact that the same dudes that's gangbanging, the same dudes that's robbing and stealing, the same dudes that's committing crime, these are now the same dudes that are doing
Calisthenics.
So you could take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out him, right?
Facts.
Because I'm ghetto. So just because you remove the word gang, but you still the same people, don't mean that whatever you get involved with ain't gonna be ran like a
Gang.
Bars became meeting points. Benches became workout stations. And the park became a safe haven, a place where young men could compete, earn respect, and build identities without ending up trapped in the same cycles that had consumed so many before them. But perhaps nobody embodied that mission more than Giant.
Now, you see what I got the young brothers doing? He could be gang banging, robbing people, busting your mother upside her head. In here drinking at the bars, the fountain of youth. Mine up.
Where earlier community leaders fought to keep young men away from drugs and violence, Giant sought to fight a different battle. Through bartenders, he created more than a workout team. He built an intervention, a recruiting system aimed directly at young people vulnerable to gang recruitment, street life, and incarceration. His message was simple and powerful. Make sure you surround yourself with the right bars so you don't end up behind the wrong bar.
guys. Now I can vouch for Giant for this. I'm not gonna lie. He goes into the schools. He does that. Obviously, he gets paid for it too. So it's not like he's just doing it off the muscle. I've been to a few of these situations, and we go in there and they talk, and they give real life stories. He usually have like about 4 or 5 people with him. He had one lady. She was there talking to the people. She caught HIV by cheating and messing around with multiple dudes. He had another dude that was blind, got shot in his head twice. And the first time he got shot in his head was his brother. So they're giving real life stories. I've seen Giant go into the schools and kind of give back.
It wasn't just a slogan, it became one of the defining philosophies of New York street workout culture. The iron bars in the park represented freedom, the bars in the prison cell represented failure. Every rep became a choice, and thousands of men understood exactly what that meant. Much like Yellow Benji Melendez decades earlier, Giant wasn't simply building an organization, he was building a community. But communities need structure, and that's where things started getting interesting. As the movement expanded, calisthenics began organizing itself in a way that looked surprisingly familiar to anyone who understood New York street culture. Instead of joining a gang, you joined a crew. Bartenders, beast mode, bar stars, barbarians. Team names became identities. Athletes wore matching shirts, matching hoodies, matching colors. Each team developed its own reputation, leadership hierarchy, and standards. Some crews required members to pass brutal endurance tests before earning full acceptance. Others demanded complete commitment to the team's philosophy and training style. To an outsider, it looked like fitness. To the people inside it, it was brotherhood, a family, a flag to represent. And because every crew wanted respect, competition became inevitable. One of the most talked about examples involved Lord Vital, known.
Let's get to that.
Which part?
Right now, Beast goes to Hannibal Park. We covered that story. You seen that video? Did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah.
So we covered that story on Bar History, which was one of my favorites to actually see the competitiveness. Dude, like, nah, you think you strong? I'm coming up to your park. Hannibal said something online. Beast met him with aggression, but obviously, bar work aggression. He really was on both timing, actually. But, you know what I mean? He went over there ready to either work out or fight. And I'm not condoning the fighting part, but definitely the workout part.
About the community as Beast. For years, fans argued about who truly sat atop the throne of street strength, Lord Vital or Hannibal for king. Arguments spread throughout parks, forums, and eventually social media. Eventually, Lord Vital traveled directly to Hannibal's home training grounds. To some, it felt like a challenge. To others, a showdown. To the community, it was history. Who really had the crown? The battle was symbolic, because by then, the parks had become more than workout spaces. They had become territories.
I was involved with the game. We all knew that. And back then, see, when everybody came in the game different. Mine was really on some survival stuff because the area I lived in. So now that we're older and they get to talk to people like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you before, but you was wilding out. Because, you know, I had the little issues with bartenders. Like, all that was out in the open.
Yeah.
They all knew that. Like, people just like, I just want to work out. I didn't want to get involved with none of that. Kept people away from me.
Every major crew.
And for the record, you heard what he said. Some people of this era, because I didn't cover that on bar history. He had drama with bartenders. You ever heard the story?
No.
So you know, Giant told him to SMD.
Nah, I ain't hear that.
Yeah, Giant invited Beast to the Frank stand.
See, that's the problem. Dudes be getting like beyond disrespectful. They don't just leave it on calisthenics or talking about a dude's performance or his reps is trash and this and that. Dudes want to start talking about all this other kind of stuff, and now you disrespecting the dude's manhood.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, cause I know this firsthand. This I'm giving y'all backstory. Beast was looking for Giant for 2 years and couldn't catch up with him. And Giant and them was having an event. I think Big Un and them was giving away some money at an event, I think in Long Island. And Beast found out Giant was gonna be there, and he hopped in the whip.
Oh, okay, I know that story. I'm bugging. Yeah, no, I know that story. Yeah, when he pulled up, and then they pulled up in the Jeeps and all of that, multiple vehicles ready for smoke, and then when he pulled up, it was mad people there. It was like, yo, Beast,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah. They was happy to see him.
It was kids there.
Thing where he was like, damn, yo, what am I doing?
Yeah, he was getting ready to cook Giant.
Yeah, I know that story.
And it was about to be an all-out war because obviously Giant team strong, so he got peoples, and he had some dudes around him that was about that life too. You know what I'm saying? You got Black Ninja, a couple hitters. Giant had some hitters. And when Beast seen that, he just was like, and that's when he squashed the beef with Giant. That's just a little back history for y'all.
I thought you was talking about something different, but I remember that story.
You just didn't remember the Frank
part that everybody associated with them. These locations became legendary. Bartenders held influence in Harlem. Team Beast Mode built its reputation throughout Brooklyn. The Barbarians developed their own strongholds after relocating from their original training grounds.
Now, for the record, Barbarians started off in Nazareth Park. Nazareth Park did a reconstruction, and they didn't really build any bars. So after that,
they went to pretty much Wingate, right?
They pretty much went to Wingate, but Wingate was already
Team Wingate.
Team Wingate. However, Team Wingate was not like they broke. Team Wingate kind of split. You know, you had D-Rail, you had Doc, B-Rock, but after a while, they started to fizzle out. You had Doc still around, D-Rail was doing his thing. So Zeph kind of like, and his crew kind of like
came through and
put a stamp on Wingate, and that was where they was rocking. Then they tried to take over the park on my side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
it was calling it, what was it, New Nas?
Yeah, the New Nas, the HQ, and that was just a whole nother spill in itself. But I think my park was a little bit too far out the way for them to be at all of the time. But it started off as something good, you know what I mean? They was there for some time. You seen Zev a few times. That's how me and him ended up doing a collab.
Earlier street organizations, each crew developed an unspoken code. Respect the park, respect the veterans, respect the people who built the culture before you arrived. If you ignored those rules, problems follow. Walking into another team's park without acknowledging the local veterans could instantly create tension. People noticed, questions were asked, eyes followed you, and if you came representing a rival crew, the atmosphere could change.
I think that's strict,
not
not
every
clean.
interaction ended badly, but everyone understood the rules. The irony was impossible to ignore. The movement had been created to prevent violence. Yet much of the energy that once fueled street conflict never truly disappeared. It simply found a new outlet. In most sports, moves belong to nobody. In New York street workout scene, things were different. Many athletes viewed signature exercises, routines, and combinations as personal creations,
Juice.
part of their identity, part of their legacy. If another athlete copied a movement without acknowledgement, they could be accused of stealing.
I
Inside
remember
a
seeing this
culture
video
built on
too. I
reputation,
don't know where he got it from,
respect,
but
and status, accusations of stealing someone's style could become deeply personal. This was the type of dispute that could get your jaw broken. Another reason the bar movement grew so quickly was its connection to incarceration. For generations, men inside New York's correctional facilities developed extraordinary physiques using nothing but body weight training. Push-ups, dips, pull-ups, and endless repetition. No machines, no fancy equipment, just discipline. When many of these men returned home, the parks became a natural extension of what they had already mastered behind bars. Some left gang affiliations behind completely, but they carried forward the discipline, structure, and physical conditioning they had built during incarceration. Over time, organizations emerged that transformed those skills into legitimate careers. Fitness businesses, coaching, content creation, and brand partnerships. The bars were no longer just saving people from prison. For some, they were creating entirely new futures. But success introduces something every community eventually faces: money, fame, influence. And once those things entered the equation, rivalries began evolving into something much bigger. If you're enjoying these mini documentaries and want to help us keep telling these stories with the deep dive research they
Go
require,
cop out,
consider
move the
supporting the
pound.
channel directly. Head over to movethepounds.net to check out our official merchandise. Every piece helps fuel the next project, and we truly appreciate the support. Now, back to the video. By now, we've seen the history. We've seen how New York gang culture evolved. We've seen how street workout culture emerged from many of the same neighborhoods, parks, housing projects, and life experiences.
Been bad.
And we've seen how pioneers like Giant and others help redirect their energy away from violence and toward fitness. For many people, calisthenics wasn't just exercise. It was rehabilitation. It was therapy. It was purpose. For some, it genuinely changed their lives. But there's one uncomfortable truth that also has to be acknowledged. Many people within the calisthenics community come from the streets. They come from poverty. They come from prison. They come from difficult environments where reputation, respect, and loyalty carry enormous weight. And while there's nothing wrong with that, it creates a very thin line between street culture and fitness culture. In many ways, calisthenics is the streets of the fitness industry. It's the lowest barrier to entry.
Damn,
No
where's
gym
the
membership,
organization?
no expensive equipment, no fancy facility, just a park and a bar. The problem starts when fitness platforms stop being used to promote fitness and start being used to promote street politics. Because once that line gets crossed, people stop seeing athletes. They start seeing something else. And that's where much of today's drama begins. One of the biggest ongoing conflicts in the community involves extra money and calisthenic prints. At one point, the two appeared to be cool, but over time, disagreements, ego clashes, and leadership disputes created a divide. What started as tension eventually turned into public internet beef. Posts, videos, subliminal shots, and arguments. The type of online back and forth that's become common in modern fitness culture. Eventually, the tension led to what many people view as the ultimate solution: a battle, a highly anticipated calisthenics showdown. The problem wasn't the competition itself. The problem was the atmosphere surrounding it. According to many people watching, emotions were already running high before the event even started. Instead of a competitive fitness environment, things felt increasingly personal. People were arguing. People were pushing boundaries. The hostility inside the room was difficult to ignore.
So you said you had seen some of the drink and some chicks was about to fight?
Oh, the battle? Yeah, it was nasty work. They was about to fight and they was all in the mix of the battle, and it was just bad. The joint was like a mosh pit. It wasn't really like, if you watch the video of them battling, even when they doing their burpees, when they dropping down, they basically kicking the people behind them because everybody's so close. Like, the organization is terrible. Like, it's real terrible. And even in that little clip from Atlanta, that was day 2. That was the day we wasn't there. And you could see it was a whole, yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess, honestly. It was a mess. And the thing is that even when this ain't no shots, but even when we throw our events, we try our best to obviously minimize all of that. People get excited, people get all thrown in the mix, and then it's like, bro, it takes away from the actual battle, the content. It takes away from the athletes in their space, them needing to breathe. You throwing water on them. I remember that was a thing too with CX Black Cat. I think when he battled Rodney, he was like, yo, bro, stop throwing water on me. Stop throwing water on me. You making my hands wet, my hands slippery. No freaky. Like, yo, bro, it's too much. It's messy. It's not, nothing about it looks professional. Yeah, there's an aspect of it that you want to stay kind of like raw and authentic to the origins of it, but at the same time, you gotta have some kind of structure, even at least a little bit of professionalism. Dudes can't be trying to fight, women can't be trying to fight in the event. That's the last thing, right? You know, yeah, it was bad money, but
yeah, I didn't watch it.
And supporters became almost as much of a story as the competitors themselves. When the battle was over, Extra Money emerged victorious, but the rivalry didn't end there. If anything, it intensified.
It's about to get ugly. I'm talking motivated ugly.
After the battle, the trolling continued, the online shots continued, the hostility continued. Then the situation took a serious turn. A member of Extra Money's Sharks and Orcas team, known as Rose, allegedly became involved in a physical altercation that resulted in Calisthenic Prince suffering a broken jaw.
I think it said I felt his hits, and I grabbed him. What hits? You had like 4 rings on, my nigga. Where? Where? A little scratch. What's that? Where? Smoking on you, nigga.
All right.
unbelievable.
So obviously this is something new that's going on, obviously, in the rap game, where not new, but how long they been doing it from Chicago? They'll kill you and then
Yeah, probably like
rap about it.
It's old. It's right at this point. It's probably
Bullshit.
like, I mean, like 15 years ago, almost 15 years ago. Chicago been doing that for a little minute.
Yeah, kill you and rap about it and then get locked up, or whatever, and then call somebody else a snitch. So.
Or be mad that somebody else posted about it. I remember it was a situation I heard about it, and it was like somebody was mad because this media guy posted something about this guy. Basically, he was posting with guns, and he like, yo, dudes is on probation and parole and all of that, and you posting them with guns or drugs and all kind of stuff, and it's like, wait a minute. I wouldn't have that to post if you didn't actually post it. Yeah. I'm just reporting on what you posted. So if it wasn't okay for me to repost, why would you post it? You see what I'm saying? So that in itself, whether we speak about it or not, the fact is that this stuff is actually going on, and we thought that maybe speaking on it would actually bring some light to it in a bringing awareness to it, right? And trying to advise that people stay away from these particular actions or things like that. But that turned into something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you just like this. My boy was asking me, why do dudes do it? And I'm telling you right now, obviously viewership is currency, right? But social media is a drug. So likes and views is, bro, right before a dude is about to send it, he know he not supposed to be doing that. He know, but he can't help it. It's a hit. He needs that hit, and if he don't take it,
yeah.
Photos later surfaced showing Prince recovering from surgery. The conflict immediately exploded.
Damn, he posted all of this?
And you bragged about this, Ish. I'll never forget. Yeah,
social
he posted
media.
all that.
Instead of moving away from the situation.
Abu Asada, whether if it's true or not, why are you telling the internet? These calisthenic bammers is not no street niggas. Ain't nothing but a bunch of rats trying to live out a street nigga image in a community trying to uplift others. This ain't law at all. Yeah. So what else? He said now. I'm sorry. Next time I'll be sure to call the detectives myself and show up to court and testify against a group of men that laid their hands on Mr. Prince. And then he put that sarcasm.
Why does that even matter though? That's the part that I'm like real like it doesn't even matter. That's the point. It's like it doesn't matter. Bro, whether the dude is in the streets or not. I thought the whole message was for people to not be in the streets, get out the streets, like work out, not gangbang. You heard what Giant said in the, I'm not saying, listen, everybody has their faults, but you heard what Giant said. What's the thing about get on these bars before you end up behind bars or whatever that saying was? How does it get to the point where we speaking about dudes snitching and ratting and telling and all kind of basically you're like criticizing and making fun of somebody for not keeping it street when they may not be street at all, or maybe they left the streets and they want to be law-abiding citizens, so they're gonna move like law-abiding citizens. What's wrong with that?
We got a lot more. Hold up.
Various people began discussing it publicly. Some mocked it, some defended it, others.
There we go. What's going on here? This is
out of pocket.
Mr. Stay Out the Way 8. Smoked your poppy. Now you trying to help him spread lies? I smoked that nigga. How can all this be that he jacking, he beat me up, and he in the hospital? I'm laid up, honey, chilling, getting ready to work out. Popped the nigga. Oh, obviously that's the Offset guy.
This is exactly why all you gotta do is get you some money and move away from this foolishness. Yo, bro, nobody got no time to be worrying about what. Bro, dudes want to go to the park and work out, do battles, be competitive, and compete, make money, and stay out the way. The goal was never to go backwards. It was never that. So they could have that joint, bro. Word. They could have throw the whole New York City calisthenics in the bin over there.
Not the whole, but
nah, the whole joint. Cause all of the joint. Cause you know what? When I say calisthenics, I mean as far as the community aspect. Because when you look at it, it's like, bro, it's still no community. Everybody's just sectioned off in their own little parks. This dude don't rock with this dude. Dude don't rock with that dude. This dude block this dude. This dude block that dude. And that's why you don't see no big events happen in New York. Am I lying?
Yeah. Let's continue.
And talking about retaliation. Now the conversation was no longer about pull-ups. It wasn't about training. It wasn't about competitions. It was about violence. And that's exactly the problem. Because when thousands of...
So Calisthenic Prince posting a story. Obviously, you XYZ Shark and Orcas is dead. Bro. Watch, I catch any of y'all in any park when I'm healed and don't think this thing's sweet, niggas, is on your asses. Now, I don't... Pause.
Damn, he was in his bag.
Pause, Calisthenic Prince. Pause. He said he's on the asses. He don't give a F about your gang. You're done. He called them a gang.
So they... All right, we ain't even... I'm gonna just leave that alone. I had something to say, but I'm gonna just leave that alone.
Damn, shot bugging. Pause. Now in the comments, it says Prince got into a fight and he is now blaming sharks and orcas. All he heard was Ming, Mang, Ming, Mang. Now he's in the hospital. Don't lie to the people, Calisthenic Prince. Tell the truth of what happened.
And who liked it?
Extra Money liked it. And then he puts, nah, what sharks and orchids do now? With a laughing emoji. Don't seem like positivity.
Pain. That's what it seemed like. Pain.
People are watching. Everything becomes bigger than the individuals involved. The issue isn't...
Somebody at Off-White Rose adds Calisthenic Prince and puts, this is why niggas get life in prison.
They gonna be mad. They gonna be mad at us though, and be like, "Yo, y'all doing police work, and y'all speaking about it and all kind of stuff, bro." Nobody would even know who was involved or what happened.
Bro, if I
none
break a
of this.
nigga jaw, bro, the only person that's gonna tell you that I broke his jaw is him.
That's it.
He gonna have to tell.
That's it. Yo, bro, this sad.
I don't even want to read no more because this thing is looking like some Crash Bandicoot. This ain't this. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to all the dudes who just do their reps and stay out the way. That's why some dudes don't even, that's why they don't even go to the park no more. I understand why they just work out in the gym.
Yeah.
They work out in their basement. It's
because
like
in the gym, you don't got it. All the bar barrels are put in place. In the park, you liable to trip over a barbell. How much weight these niggas bringing to the parks now? They took over. Bismillah.
Yeah, somebody said, "Damn, I can't work out without my pocket rocket now."
That's what I'm saying. So the video is just giving you the breakdown of this whole situation, what's happening. But what I like to interject is this video is very informative and it's positive. It's gonna get to those stages. This is why I don't get into it with nobody. Dudes really go to the internet and tell all. Yeah, it's a rough situation. You ready to press play on that?
Yeah.
People have principles. Everybody has principles. The issue isn't that people come from difficult backgrounds. Many respected athletes come from difficult backgrounds. The issue is what happens when street politics become content.
Playground.
When accusations become content, when criminal accusations become content, when retaliation becomes content, and when violence becomes entertainment. For example,
Alright, so it says, nigga said, dead man, you're a rat and an informer. Remember what I said on the block. Back up, back up, back up. You was on hush. Y'all dudes was drunk, stay drunk, and ain't going to be nothing but some drunks. By the way, this the same arm I broke your man jaw with. Yo, bro.
Damn, so he told.
He
told that he broke his jaw, and he claimed that.
With the arrow pointing to it.
And he's proud of the fact that he broke his jaw.
And then he says,
that's bad business.
And then he says, get back. Now pay attention to how he's spelling the word back. Why are you spelling the word back as B-A-C-C if you're not ganging? Because the word back is B-A-C-K. Right? The word back, but C-K means what? Crip killer. So you know, it's like the Bloods say, I'm trying to sell it behind bars. Definitely Gus. Right? The Bloods say, get me a Boffy. I'm about to bum to the store to get a biggerette.
Yeah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, that has literally been some of the most funniest, but also kind of like ignorant when you really step back and think about it. Things that
I'm not saying Offset is Crip, but I'm saying to spell B-A-C-C usually means dudes is jacking, but sometimes dudes start typing like that just out of nowhere. Like, for example, when I text cool, I don't say C-O-O-L. I say K-O-O-L. And that's like, obviously, back in the days, Blood used to do that to avoid typing the word C. But let's go Offset Rose, man. I hope everything's all right with you. I hope you're getting stronger, and I hope you're getting mentally strong, man.
From within the community have publicly accused others of being informants and repeatedly challenged people to physical confrontations through social media. Whether people agree or disagree with the accusations is almost irrelevant to the bigger point. What does any of that have to do with calisthenics?
Oh, you seen that? You see what's going on here? So obviously this video right here is the strongest gang, working out with the strongest gang in New York.
Said, damn.
Why am I, bro?
Pull a game out.
Bro, bro, let's stop it, Five. Let's stop it. You know how, bro.
Bro, at this point,
bro,
that's stuff that's been going on for like 40 years now. This is not a new analogy that we just broke down.
Bro, police know more gang-aesthetic terminology than I do. So much so that they'll have your ass on the stand and they'll bring in a gangologist.
Yeah.
And fry you up and say, when he said this, he really meant this. They breaking down rap lyrics. Stop acting like y'all dudes never been to the feds.
And they putting this stuff out there. Nobody, here's the thing, it's not, bro, it's simple math. Like,
my weed smoking my lie. A kid coke is a pot. When I'm twisted, I'm high. With new clothes on, I'm fly. Cars is whips and sneakers is kicks. Money is chips. Movies is flicks. Also, cribs is homes. These Ebonics.
Giving out all the game.
Stop it. Stop it.
All the game.
Why?
And they'll claim they, what's the, with the mafia, you know, they got a drink where they don't claim the mafia. I forgot it. There's a name for it. The name for the terminology. If somebody know it in the chat, you can write it in the chat. But there's something where they basically, you're not even allowed to claim that you know what I mean? That you're a part of the mafia. Opposite of that, if you in a gang, it don't matter if you in a room full of 100 of your ops and you the only one there, you supposed to jack regardless.
Oh, you talking about the mafia?
Yeah, the mafia got some drink where they got a drink where you don't claim it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to publicly claim it. It's not supposed to be spoken of its existence.
Omerta,
yeah.
Well,
you're not supposed to speak on it. It's supposed to be a thing where you're not supposed to speak on it, that it exists at all, period.
Yeah, I know the Crips call it low riding.
Yeah, nah.
But the Bloods can't do that.
You gotta, Omerta, there we go. Yeah, you're not supposed to speak on it. It's like non-existent. If you know, that's it. But you ain't supposed to tell them, yeah, listen, I'm part of this mafia, I'm part of this gang.
And that's exactly what I said in that video. I said, when you get to a housing unit, you like, this a blood house. And they say you gang banging, even if you Crip, you know you supposed to say, nah, I'm 550. I'm neutral. You supposed to go in there, low ride as a Crip, only for the benefit of popping off when you get a chance. You're not supposed to just low ride just for, you know what I'm saying? And for the Bloods, they can't low ride. They supposed to just go in there and pop off. Like, yo, this thing is serious. But look, let's get back to it. Here it is.
People to physical confrontations through social media, whether people agree or disagree.
A been one. Okay. I heard you was ape and dudes beat the ish out of you and turned you Crip on the island. The people want to know, is that true? You see? You see? Who is that? You know who that is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Who is that?
Because he's going to make sure he know who he is.
Who is this? Who is this? Another gang guy? Is he gang? I don't know. I don't care.
With the accusations is almost irrelevant to the bigger point. What does any of that have?
I am BSV to the death of me. No beatdown can ever want to make me switch my set. Bloodstone villain. You see what's going on here?
Somebody in the chat said, Mr. Y'all featherweights, laugh out loud.
What does it do for the
Nigga, so he was fixing me in the hallway. Ah, man, son of clown for real. Real bad for you and them dudes you was with for real, because if they gotta lie for you to make you look good for the gram, it's crazy. Tell them post that video. There's a video, post it.
The answer is simple, nothing. If anything, it damages the very thing these pioneers spent decades trying to build.
Energy, man. Shut your soft ass up, man. You out this show trying to protect that hot Bama. If he telling, he telling.
Okay, guys, hot in the feds.
Meaning ratting.
In New York, it mean you just outside. Like,
Yeah.
you doing stuff out in the open. You don't care. You hot.
Yeah, stay away from me.
Yo, bro, it's
looking
hot.
for-
That he just shot something in his face, right on the Ave. That boy hot. Police on his line.
Yeah, stay away from him.
All this gang stuff started from the Freemasons. That's why they have like similar symbols, handshake, etc. Same way for initiation and all that. There's definitely an influence. Fixing him is a wild pause. Okay.
Dude said it's called La Cosa Nostra.
La Cosa Nostra.
That's the mafia joint that he talking about.
Okay, let's hear this the Bama here.
Protected none of them Bammers. You supposed to be right here with us. Healthy. Now look at you, man. We was on Rolling Stone magazine. We was looking for you, but you done switched up with over there with them hot Bammers, because they tell it. We ain't supporting none of that, man.
Some rat allegations came up, but one of the people in my city. I said some rat allegations came out, but one of the people in my community. And the page that threw it up, they tagged my name in there and they asked me what I think about it, instigated. You wanna know what I think about it? I think the page that tagged me, I think the people tied in with that page ain't gonna do nothing about it. You heard? You wanna know what else I think about it? I think that shit ain't got shit to do with me. You heard? That shit ain't got shit to do with me. I'm on community time. I'm chilling. I'm on family time. I'm trying to make the world a better place. I mean, that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You hear me? It was a page that's based on working out. They talk about a brother who's doing something good for the community, keeping people safe in the community, creating a safe space in the community. I think that shit ain't got shit to do with nothing. You hear me? I think if it was really that serious, niggas would have handled that already. You understand? Everybody's outside, but it's two spots you can play. You can play the streets or you can play the sidewalk. You want to be in the streets? Get street with it. You heard? There's niggas out here for that. I bet you niggas is not gonna do nothing. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think niggas is hating. Hold on. I think niggas been knew that information. They ain't do nothing about it. And not gonna do nothing about it. That's what I think. You hear me? But we ain't here to point fingers or say names or none of that. They know who they are. Niggas is not gonna do nothing about it. Why you talking about shit? You're not gonna do nothing about it. You hear me?
This has led to a
Can I
growing...
pause that? Yo, hold on, yeah, switch over. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's probably the realest video I ever seen Healthy drop.
Yeah.
And I agree with every single word and syllable and analogy he used. I think he kept it all the way a fact, all the way a bean, all the way 100. Big facts, literally. Standing on big business. I feel like everything he said was 100, 1,000, 1 trillion% right. Because I feel like, bro, it don't matter. And like I said, for those people that it matters to, if you're gonna, I'm not saying I condone that, but I'm just saying, because I don't condone the street life anyway. But if you're gonna do something, then go do something. But don't wrap other people up into this situation, this individual. Bro, I don't care if this dude is telling. I really don't. I really don't care. I could be in a room full of 10 snitches, 10 rats. They could have told on the whole park, the whole community. But that don't concern me because I ain't doing no crimes. And I damn sure ain't doing no crimes with them. So it's irrelevant. And that's the point where it's like, this little instigating stuff. And it's just like it was making an issue. And that's where dudes sometimes, when it comes to dudes who used to be in the street or trying to leave that alone, they could get tricked out of their position simply because other dudes that instigate a situation knowing that a dude is trying to leave that alone. See what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like, bro, just leave dudes alone, bro. Let dudes just work out. That's it. Just let dudes work out, bro. That's it. You know what I mean? But I think he spoke facts, big facts.
Applesauce for the next 90 days.
Debate within the community. Some people argue that certain...
To clear the air, sharks and orcas super good and positive. The same. Didn't we just read a message he was laughing about a dude getting... All right, super dude, good and positive. And what happened? Bro was completely different. Stop trying to spin narratives cause you got broke up for trying to press niggas. Okay.
That
rules and personalities have brought too much street energy into the fitness world. Others argue they're simply exposing realities.
You snuck me. I had boys scared as hell. Shark and orcas is soft. They not positive at all. Can't wait. Watch this.
You know what's crazy? I keep seeing that Abu Asada is under these particular posts. And not only that, but he had made that video, and I'm thinking, why? He's not even from New York.
He's liking all the posts.
All the posts, all the drama, all the
Extra
foolishness.
money is in there too. I mean,
it seems like this is the same page too. Porsche Wars.
Porsche Wars.
Even that name is kind of crazy because when the last time they threw a battle?
Already exists. One of the loudest debates revolves around the phrase Calisthenics. Critics of the culture often use the term to describe the way some fitness crews mirror gang-like behavior through internet beef,
Me and them
public
jails
threat.
literally wait up. Dudes do bad and start telling lies. A stepper. Okay.
What you stepping on?
Reputation, politics, and alliance building. Support.
APK Media. What he doing in here?
Oh, man.
Abu travel for drama? I don't know. I don't got travel for bread.
Facts.
Have received word early this morning that one of the sons of Calisthenics. Is that sons? Or it's probably.
I don't know. I'm gonna say I can't read it on that screen.
On the news platform on a daily basis, Calisthenics Prince was attacked on Sunday, causing him to get surgery on his jaw to the point he's going to get wired shut. We are filled with shock of what happened to him. All I know is this: whoever did this to him, from a single person or group that had orchestrated this attack, will be found out. Yeah.
Damn.
You don't have to find out. Yeah, you don't have to find out, bro. It's up. You pray for his recovery. I think because he knew APK be doing the dance.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. APK Media. Laugh out loud. I thought bro covered dance content.
He was covering some like events in calisthenics.
Reject the label entirely. But regardless of where someone stands, the conversation itself raises an important question. If the movement was originally created to help people escape destructive cycles,
no nigga in the world could jack they beat me up on Rikers Island. When I took my vacation, I'm gonna show you what looked like when I came home. Face flawless, spotless, 16 YN, wild little nigga with my shit up. I never got with no program. Niggas know free Sound View, free Freddie P, free Melly Mo. Them niggas not official for real. They never been through the swamps like me and mines. They face hurting. They face hurting.
Damn.
They face hurting.
Damn.
It's positive.
They said it was positive.
Sharks and orcas.
Said sharks and orcas ain't had nothing to do with it. So
yeah, sharks and orcas. Or I guess, let me explain something to you. We always, like I say, Mr. Watch Me Work, he had a little bit of issues. They trying to say he did this and he did that. But the fact of reality is he beat the case, right? But just because you beat the case don't mean you didn't do it. But these dudes...
Just like if you get accused of something don't mean you did it either.
But the thing is, these dudes be saying, free this person, free that person. This nigga got 6 homicides.
Yeah, you ain't lying. They pick and choose depending on the crime. It's like, yo,
free my man. The nigga got 6 bodies, bro. Leave that nigga right there.
Facts.
That nigga's out here killing us.
Facts.
And he might go to kill somebody and miss the target and hit your moms. What you mean free him? That nigga need to go lay down and get his mind together. What jail's supposed to be do? It's supposed to rehabilitate you.
Dudes done sold all the drugs in the world and did all the foolishness in the process of selling those drugs. And then they be like, nah, free him. Dude was poisoning the community.
Yeah, free the bro. Niggas a mass murderer, serial killer-thenics. Like the dudes.
Nah, he's funny for that.
Bro, free Lil Durk, he got 6 hats, but he a Muslim. He can't do it. Yo, bro, Rainbow is in the way.
I don't even know why you read that.
Bro, let me explain something to you. I don't know about Lil Durk having any hats. You ever heard about Lil Durk having a hat?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know what the police know and what they done accused him of. That's all that I know. At the end of the day.
And that's murder for hire.
That's it. So is that the same as somebody going out and doing a murder? You classify it as the same?
Yeah.
Right.
If you call a shot, then you gotta get you call a murder. It's the same.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's why, listen, I'm a certified sidewalk walker. I ain't in those streets.
Yeah.
I'm good. Matter of fact,
I'm glad
my feet don't even touch the streets. I drive a vehicle on them streets. I'm riding a bike on them streets. A scooter, a skateboard. My feet ain't coming nowhere near the pavement. I'm good.
So many conversations centered around the exact things people were supposed to be leaving behind.
I am so happy that I got out of New York City. You know why? Because I was escaping the gang life. I was in the gang. I was shooting. I was robbing, home invasion, stabbing. Did over 10 years in prison. But guess what? I got into calisthenics hoping that I can get away from that. And then I found out New York is gangasthenics. They breaking dudes' jaws over pull-up, push-ups, dips, and squats. What are we doing here? So I came to realize if you want to be in a gang, and if you want to work out, and if you want a bigger chest, and if you want to eventually end up with a federal indictment, because that's what's going to eventually happen.
And that brings us to one final story. Because
when I made that video, people were saying, nothing's going to happen. You can't get a federal indictment because of a fist fight. Okay, we understand a fist fight. You could get arrested for a fist fight, simple assault. Obviously, but if they believe it was in furtherance of a gang.
In furtherance of a gang.
You could get enhancements, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying if we can pinpoint and go down to the nitty-gritty of how did the gang war start in Chicago, you think it started with guns?
Negative. Not at all. The joint started over fighting hand to hand. This dude messed with that person. Yo, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. And then one dude got,
You cooked my baby mom.
Then it escalated. You know what I mean? Dudes get a little older. Dudes get it, in possession of firearms and all kind of stuff. And damn, they got guns? Now we need guns. Word? Now, you know what I mean? It turns to something else. And then it goes to, damn, he shot at us. Now we gotta shoot back at him. Word? Nah, he shot my brother. Now we gotta shoot his brother. It's like the joint just
fireworks, fireworks,
on and on and on, bro.
What are we talking about? So yes, a whole calisthenic gang war can start over a nigga getting his jaw broke.
Mind you, but that's the thing though. It's cliques, like he said in the beginning of the video. It's cliques, crews, things like that. They're claiming parks, right? It's not difficult for the feds to come through and be like, this is a gang. They wearing the same shirts, same apparel. They claiming the same thing. They moving on the same timing. They beefing together. They moving as a unit. They going to go fight. You know what I mean? They going to go do this, do that. I mean, that seemed like a damn gang to me.
Did I move the screen?
Nah, it's cool. You can leave it.
Internet is focused on drama. There are still people quietly proving what calisthenics was meant to be. During our research for this video, we spoke with a man named Moose. Moose grew up in Harlem. Eventually, he found himself caught up in a lifestyle that ultimately led to a 10-year prison sentence. When asked what helped him survive mentally during incarceration, his answer wasn't complicated. Fitness. Working out became therapy. It gave him discipline. It gave him structure. It gave him a productive place to put his energy. After returning home in 2021, he immersed himself in the calisthenics community, not to continue old conflicts, not to relive street politics, to build. Today, he's focused on events, community, business, and helping other people discover the same outlet that helped him. And his message was simple: learn yourself, stay focused, surround yourself with people who make you better, experience life, build something, create something, move forward. When we asked whether calisthenics saved his life, his answer was interesting. He said it didn't save his life, it changed his life.
Yo, shout out to Moose. Moose is somebody that has always been on positive timing, and it's crazy because I don't really know Moose like that per se, right? I only know him from just being in the parks, working out, and things like that. And I know the different parks sometimes that he may frequent and things, but I don't know him personally, and I don't know his story personally. But all I could speak to is the things that I've seen, and the energy that has been around when I'm around, you know what I mean? And it's been nothing but positive vibes all the time, like all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know anything other than that. And honestly speaking, when I really think about the first time that I ever seen Moose or met Moose, he said that he did 10 years. He came out in 2021. And actually, I believe I met Moose for the first time, or seen him in person for the first time in 2021. So Moose that was literally 5 years ago. So Moose has been on the same type of timing, at least when I've been around, right? For 5 years, that's half a decade, right? That's half the time that he spent locked up, and he been on the same type of timing, positive vibes, right? Trying to just do calisthenics and work out and being around people and trying to do stuff in the community with the kids and all that. Moose been doing that for a long time now, at 5 years now. So salute to Moose.
Shout out to Moose, one of the positive role models coming out of NY.
Maybe that's the better way to look at it. Before moving forward, remember that real people are involved in all of this. And while controversy often gets the most attention, that's rarely the full story. Extra money. When it comes to extra money, there's no denying his influence. He's one of the biggest personalities in modern calisthenics, and one of the few people capable of pulling significant attention toward the scene whenever he decides to make noise. Whether people love him or criticize him, his impact is undeniable. Now, despite what some people on the internet may claim, Extra Money is not a gang leader. What he does have is loyalty. He has a team. He has support. He has camaraderie. His Sharks and Orcas crew moves with a level of brotherhood and unity that's rare to find nowadays. And from the outside looking in, that strong bond is sometimes what causes people to compare the team to something bigger than a fitness crew. As for the controversy, in today's social media era, attention is currency, and Extra clearly understands how to keep people talking. Now, when it comes to Rose, look, I'm gonna keep it real. If you're in the calisthenics community, you might just want to stay out of his way. This man is like a Puerto Rican pit bull, like Bruno Mars if he got raised by a family of savages. He's not the biggest guy in the room. He's not the loudest guy in the room. But judging from everything that's happened, if you see him walking toward you, your best strategy might be to suddenly remember you left the stove on at home. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Another major voice in the community is Abu Asada. And while Abu Asada can definitely be combative online and isn't afraid of internet confrontation, it's important to separate internet personality from reality. At the end of the day, Abu Asada has built a business. He's built a brand, he's built a platform, and people don't usually spend years creating businesses just to throw it all away making reckless decisions. Like many others in the community, Abu Asada has a story involving struggle, growth, and personal transformation. He's proof that people can come from difficult circumstances and create something positive for themselves. One thing Abu Asada does exceptionally well is create moments. Whether people agree with his methods or not, he understands attention and engagement better than most. Ironically, all of the recent tension has probably increased excitement around a potential Abu Asada versus Akeem Supreme matchup, as well as the possibility of Team Workhorse and Team Rip crossing paths in some form of competition. And from a purely analytical standpoint, big matchups create bigger opportunities, more attention, more viewers, more sponsorships, more eyes on calisthenics, more opportunities for everyone involved. As for Islam, one thing should be clarified. When Islam uses terms like gang gasthenics, many supporters argue that he's not promoting gang culture at all. They believe he's criticizing the street politics that have crept into the scene and encouraging people to focus on fitness rather than drama. Whether people agree with him or disagree with him, that's an important distinction to make, because there's a difference between exposing a problem and promoting a problem. And ultimately, most fans seem to want the same thing. Whether Abu Asada and Islam become brothers, rivals, business partners, or battle opponents, many people simply want to see positive growth for the culture as a whole. Because at the end of the day, when the community grows, everybody wins.
So the thing is, when you came to that realization that
Damn,
if
I
a
forgot
brother
most
that
of
I'm
the
at
King was
odds
there with
with
us.
is Muslim, then
Me
I'm done
too.
with him. I'm not doing anything, but I'm still gonna protect myself if I need to against a Muslim that's hasn't reached that stage. How long has it been since you got there?
I was there. It felt like almost immediately. You know what I'm saying? It felt like almost immediately because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts the Aqidah, puts the belief of Tawheed in your heart, and you are abiding by the Sunnah, you're not going to be in a position to where as though you're going to now want to transgress against another brother.
The only thing that's going to unite us is La ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So a lot of people are like, yo, Muslims fight against each other all the time. Yes, that is correct, right? But when you upon La ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah with the correct understanding, there's no fighting.
If you want to hear one of the most powerful transformation stories in the community, check out our documentary on Spec Nasty Houston Calisthenics General. That's a story about redemption, growth, and what happens when somebody chooses the bars.
Yo, that was amazing. Yo, if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all give that good old video a like, just like I did. Just y'all see, make sure y'all give that joint a like. Yo, I feel like that was a great video. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do feel like the history for some people that's really interested in it, as far as the gangs and things like that in New York and stuff like that, I feel like that was a nice touch to the video. But specifically the calisthenics portion, I feel like was pretty good, pretty A1, and I feel like even just breaking down and certain aspects and different things like that happen. It's news, so I mean it's gonna be spoken about, and I feel like salute to the video. I mean, I think that a lot of these things are gonna be spoken about, and like I said, I'm not gonna say that it necessarily has to be us, because we're probably gonna try to leave a lot of this stuff alone, honestly, just because people are, not just because people don't like it, but it's kind of like, at least for us and what we do, it's kind of like a little negative. And I say it because we're trying to give light to it in a way to say, don't do this. This is not the thing to do. But people are looking at us as if we're obviously promoting this and we stand for this, right? And the craziest thing about that is simply, if you know us or whatever it is, or the way that we carry ourselves and things like that. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we're not out here fornicating, we don't party, we don't gamble, we don't do any of these things. So if you think that we're about to sit up here and promote gangbanging and street activity and foolishness, it makes no sense at all, right? You know what I mean? Shame on you for actually believing that. But that's neither here nor there. But as far as the way the video was put together, I feel like the video was put together well. I think, at least for me personally, maybe a little bit of the gangs in New York history part probably could have been shortened just a little bit. But other than that, the calisthenic portion I feel like was top tier. It was A1. It was spoken about, and it was reported on. It's only stuff that people themselves have put out there, right? They claim their work, right? They claim that this is what they did, this is what they saw, this is how they feel about it, and they're gonna stand on this and stand on that. And this is like, bro, it's 2026. Dudes is trying to do calisthenics, dudes is trying to work out. And at least for me, I would but salute to all of them, and salute to all of the struggles and the things that they have overcome. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people was talking about me in the chat. That only helps actually what I got going on. Like when people are talking about you, obviously you're doing something right. So we try to minimize talking, but unfortunately, like the chat, they always ask me, what about this battle and that battle, and mentioning names of people, or what about this person and that person, and we be trying to avoid it as much as possible. We covered that video. That's gonna be the last we dealing with it. I do wanna, like, if y'all can see this right here, thanks for watching, like, comment, and subscribe. This right here, NYC Calisthenics Exposed Legends Edition, this was a super dope video as well. And we might cover that on the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna tap in with the creator of the video and see what he got to say. We're gonna give him a few minutes to speak. Give me a second.
Yeah, a lot of people are ready. A lot of people views are down. A lot of people are not getting any money. So everybody's ready to, you know, they're ready to get any kind of viewership, get on any kind of platform that they actually can to get more views. No, I wasn't calling him out. He called me out, brother. He called me out. And when we feel like it, we'll set it up. And like I said, right now we booked up next weekend, the weekend after that, every weekend until after September 13th. Whatever weekend is after that, we might could plan it and pull up to New York. But we're gonna be in North Carolina, 22nd. From North Carolina, then we gonna be in.
Yo, hold on. 1 second. Alright, we good. We live. What's the word, bro? So how you felt about that video? What made you decide to make that video?
There's a lot going on the internet. You know, I'm real tapped into the calisthenic community, and I'm always swiping through to see what's going on, see if it's any events going on. And everybody's page I was going to, that was the topic of conversation. So it's like, oh, what happened? It all started with Calisthenic Prince getting his jaw broke, and then being out in Atlanta, finally getting to meet some of the calisthenic athletes in person, seeing some of the energy in the building. I think it needed to be touched on, especially since, and then it's all about, because when I was in Atlanta, a lot of people was telling me, you know, oh, we seen the channel, you know, we know about you. And it touched me, it's like, okay, I am kind of having somewhat of an impact, so I have somewhat of a voice. And my thing was to kind of touch on it, but spread a positive message, you know, because I did a video, Extra Money versus New York City, and I basically talked about the conflict and the social media back and forth with Extra Money, MPO Buggy, Akeem Supreme, Healthy is Handsome, and Calisthenic Prince. And after each segment, I don't know, if you haven't seen the video, go tap in. After each segment, when I discussed each conflict, I finished it with settle it on the bars. And to see it escalate to this is crazy.
So hold up, you dropped another video?
No, so this was
it's an older video.
Literally the day after Extra Money and Calisthenic Prince battle, I dropped the video Extra Money versus Calisthenic Prince.
Oh, got you.
And it kind of covered all of Extra Money's online disputes, back and forths, you know, talking trash online. And after each dispute in the video, I finished it with settle it on the bars. Like, the best way to finish this dispute or solve it is to settle it on the bars. And to see, you know, a month or two after I dropped that video, it escalates to where it is now, you know, it could be the start of something dangerous. Because you got a lot of ego involved. They say it's a video. I hope the video never comes out, because that's part of where, you know, even these days, if you get into a fight, it starts with it being on video, the video being shared, the public embarrassment. That's what usually escalates it to another level. these days, you know. So I thought maybe if I make the video, put all the information out there, let the people know, okay, people are watching this thing. Maybe it'll kind of tone it down, like, or at least keep the drama off the internet and not the calisthenic scene, because you know you got a lot of people and a lot of kids coming online to see calisthenics, and or just they might look up to these figures in whatever way, and to see that's what's being promoted, you know, that it can do a lot of damage, not only to the current community, but to the next generation.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate your videos, and I think that one was a great video. Even though some people say they don't mess with the title, um, also mentioning gang looks like an eerie gang war. I just don't see the problem. Like, like what is the issue if this is what it's looking like? This is what it's looking like. I'm telling you what it's looking like. If that's not the case, prove me wrong.
Facts.
I mean, unfortunately, coming from the urban community, have had friends killed, and every single one of those beefs started with a fight,
Bro.
and it was always over something stupid, But the stupidness led to a fight, and the fight led to funerals.
Yeah, that's how it usually
And
goes.
a lot of time, and the craziest part about it, just to think that at one point, all of these guys mentioned were cool. Like my first friend that I lost, the guys were responsible. We all grew up together. We was all friends growing up. So that's what hurt the worst. It's like to think about all the memories we had together as kids growing up, and that's y'all work.
Sleepovers, all kind of stuff. One of my mans got put in a wheelchair, and who did it? My other mans.
Man,
all of us grew up.
That's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
That's why I put that video at the end though, with you and Abu Asada, like, with all the words that have been said, as a fan of the scene, I still have hopes of seeing, y'all don't have to be best friends, but I do want to see some type of reconciliation to where y'all can be in the same room and battle each other, and it not no female stuff go on, or and I forgot a clip to put in there of the Akeem Supreme. Real life and the internet is different.
Yeah,
it's different, but I did like I came across that clip, and I like the positive talk, and if that's what it was at one point, I don't see how it can't be better than what it is now.
Yeah. So obviously some of the bigger bros, they hit me up. They like, are you willing to talk to him on the phone? I'm like, we've been reached out to him many occasions. Yes, we willing to talk. And obviously, that whole pedophilia stuff he was talking about, that video, he took it down. He was on his line. Dudes was on his line. And this is one thing I be trying to tell people. Everybody got people that really rock with them. So you gotta be what kind of shot you sending at a particular person, because you might run into a dude that they on a different. Yo, I seen what you put up about Hannibal. It might could get physical. So yeah, but they he took that down, and they got me on like a 4 or 5-way call with a couple imams, and they've been calling them. It's been going on since Atlanta, and at one time he said he was willing to, and then now it's like it's crickets. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro. I'm not losing sleep over it. You know what I'm saying?
And you really just said it perfect. Even regardless of talking about every situation involved, even with the Calisthenic Prince situation, like, and he did some talking online about retaliation or whatever you want to call it, but whether he does anything or not, like, he might have a big cousin. You might be bullying my little cousin, and he might not have the courage to fight back, but I'm not gonna let you, because
exactly.
And that's how it goes. You got some people who just care about people and love people so much, and that's how it can get taken to that next level. you know, and it might be somebody, and it's so publicized that it might be a face you don't even know, and that's where it gets dangerous. And all you guys, and they all in the same city, and it's just too much. It's too much, man. Just keep it calisthenics. Keep it calisthenics.
Bro, that's why you see we pushing that narrative. We come into your city and we want to battle.
That's it.
We come into your city and we want that work.
Settle it on the bars.
Nah, that's a fact. So you know, we're gonna be doing some moving around. Hopefully we could come to Dallas. Yeah, shortly. There's a dude out there named Fernando I just found out, and he's actually trying to start a gym. And then my guy was coming down there to Houston, but he got Kangaroo Pro bars. So it's a lot. So they was thinking about doing, you know, trying to see if they could get the bars in Dallas for dude to open up a situation, or they're gonna leave it in Houston. Now I'm thinking about getting the bars, but definitely we gotta pull up to Dallas, man. As soon as we get some time, more than likely it's gonna be within the next few months, though. Yeah, because we got a crazy lineup right now. Crazy lineup.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
Yeah, so you got some. What you got planned for Move the Pound?
As far as the channel?
Yeah, new videos coming out.
Man, I'm trying to drop 2 this weekend. I'm dialing it back a notch, talking about more of a public figure type. I'm thinking Goku Pump next.
That's a good one, yeah.
I try to, you know, look at the comments and see what I've been seeing. A lot of Goku Pump and Proof.
Oh, Proof is a good, for some reason, some of these people just, I think even if you get into a Golden Arms, people gonna come out the woodworks.
And I haven't done my research on, I never heard of Golden Arms, but I have seen that in the comments too.
See what I'm saying? Like, you got the Golden Arms, the Red Shot Black Stars, the Locks. You got these people that...
Yeah, I feel like the Locks video would be fire.
Locks? Bro.
There's a lot of people who rock with Locks, and he kind of just disappeared, honestly.
Yeah, these dudes just was dudes that anytime they posted a video, it just went viral.
Yeah, they're like social media anomalies. They just come out the
Golden
woodworks
Arms,
and just
Red
go.
Shot, and Locks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Especially the first video I ever dropped, I get a lot of comments. Legends. Some I've heard, I know they're legends. Like, I just go to you name some of them right now.
Yeah,
and that's what the comments are asking for. I'm trying to, I'm growing the fan base, I'm growing the community, and I'm trying to give the people what they want to see, But at the same time, I still want to, even though the video, these certain type of videos might not be as big, I do want to highlight some of the up and coming people still too.
Nah, that's good. Yeah, the Bakis, the Khalids,
right.
Son. You got some hitters. Yasir popping up. You got POV, the handstand bully, the Iron League Philly dudes. It's endless, bro. CX Black Cat.
Somebody said Good Money would be a good interview.
He did that already. He
talked about it, but he said interview.
Yeah, he said interview. Yeah, I was gonna actually see if Good Money was gonna pop out to Philly. I hit him up and see what's up.
Yeah, we need to get Good Money back on the scene, and I would love to hear more of his story, whether it's coming from me or if he gets on camera with y'all or by himself, because there's not a lot about him out there,
Yeah, Good Money was reserved with it almost. Like
calm. Yeah,
he's behind the camera. Not like now.
Right.
That was in the camera. The niggas outside the camera, in front, on the side. Yeah.
I was thinking about doing a video about the most hated cameraman in the game.
That's gonna be bro. If you do that next, yeah, that's gonna be good.
Nah, that'd be a crazy video.
Might have to put it on the schedule for sure this month.
And he said this month.
Nah, bro, that's good work, man. We definitely appreciate it because I know how much effort it takes
to put these videos together.
Yeah, bro, to do anything, is
and do it well too, bro. The videos is good. I'm
passion
watching,
project.
I'm like, damn, bro, how he put these videos together? I'm like, it's good, bro. It's good.
It's all a passion project.
Yeah.
It definitely passion. Hey, we're not making no money off this.
Yo,
It's all
bro.
passion.
Yeah, bro.
And it take a lot of time for sure.
I told
But
Brown, send me a good picture of you. Yo, bro.
Yo, Brown, you did bad, Brown.
Yeah, he did bad.
This is the type of stuff I know you be dealing with when it comes to
Thumbnails.
Yeah, thumbnails. You trying to look for a thumbnail or a picture of a dude, and all you find is this.
man,
you find a picture like this, and you like,
I
damn.
don't think he could see it. Yeah.
especially the OGs, the legends.
Yeah.
All their pictures is like blurry and look like they're from 2003.
Yeah. Who you told me? You said I think it was Giant, right? You said. Yeah, you said Matrix said something like, "Yo, you can't find a picture of him with his shirt off."
It was an interview y'all did with Matrix, and he said, you know, he was like, Giant's not a real workout dude. Find a picture of him with a shirt off, a video with him shirt off, and you can't find it. And you know, I didn't think nothing of it when I was watching. I just remember hearing it, and it came back to me when I was creating a thumbnail. And notice, so I just dropped the video, NYC Legends Edition, and Giant is the only person on the thumbnail with his shirt on.
Yeah, it's literally right there on the screen.
Like he was, I couldn't. I looked through every angle I could. And I'm not gonna lie, and I like Giant, but I tried to find a clip of him doing 10 pull-ups, and I couldn't find that either.
Yeah.
Damn.
But shout out to Giant though.
Yeah, it was Giant was major on that stuff like at one time. So when I got around Giant and people start seeing the videos with me with my shirt off, that drink was like a big deal. They like, yo, because he never used to allow that. Like even with his team, like everything was, you know, they was branded.
Damn. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's wild. But to each his own. Shout out to all the legends and all of the what do you call it? The founders of, you know, what it is today in calisthenics. You know, yeah, definitely good money. Definitely, because somebody in chat said good money did more for the fan base than anyone. Y'all agree with that?
No.
I don't know about that.
For the fan base?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's content.
You know what? It's possible.
For the fan base, it's possible.
It's possible, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is with all due respect, because listen, I'm real, and I'm gonna just say it, you know, whether it be in private or public, and I'll say this: if Good Money doesn't not only come back and be consistent or even expand the type of content that he does surrounding calisthenics, Good Money will be left in the past. And that's with all due respect.
Yeah.
I think there has to be some level of evolving, especially because I would say, I'm not going to say every single person, but I would say 90% of people rock with Good Money, right? And I'm not talking about just the fans. I'm talking about like the actual athletes. So if that's the case, and he obviously has this quote unquote legacy and this
Never.
Yeah, like this what's the word for it? This catalog of all of these videos, these major videos. I would say that pretty much at least 90% of the athletes actually respect or would do a video with Good Money. So if Good Money comes back on the scene and he really starts pumping out them videos and elevates his content and starts hosting, you know what? I think Good Money could be the person who quote unquote could bridge the gap between a lot of this foolishness and actually get it to the point where people can sell on the bars. Because Good Money is a person who people kind of just have their respect for and what he has done for calisthenics. And I think that if it's neutral ground. So it's like, you know what? I don't want to be on your platform, but I'll be on Good Money's platform. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you got two people, they might pop up, you know what I mean, to a Good Money event and battle. There might be two team battles and things like that. So I think that if Good Money starts to do those things and be more than quote unquote just the cameraman, because I think that he means more to calisthenics than, you know, probably just being a cameraman, I think that he could definitely get it. But yeah. So
yeah, Master Ox said, yo, my channel exploded, no freaky back then. Because of Good Money. Yeah, I hit up Good Money the other day and I was like, yo, listen, Me and him was just chopping it up for a little bit. But shout out to Good Money. I'm gonna get him back on the scene. I'm gonna get Good Money back on the scene.
Everybody helps this calisthenics community thing grow when they post their videos and they quote unquote title it or tag it as calisthenics. So I think that is good, and to have Good Money still dropping videos is something that's needed. I just think that Good Money gotta be on the scene more. You know what I mean? Like if it's a battle, Good Money gotta be there. If it's a competition, Good Money gotta be there. And I know that it's easier said than done, but you know, his documentation. If you get, it's kind of like when something major happens. Usually, it's not just one news platform reporting on it, right?
Yo, one
In
second.
everyday
Yo,
world.
shout out to Evan. Evan, I appreciate you if you're still in the chat. Much love to Evan.
I think that it's, you know, if everybody, whether, you know, if it's some sports event, you know what I mean? You got all of these different media platforms reporting on it. It's like, all right, this is going to get the most and the maximum amount of coverage, you know? So I think it'd be good that if, you know, if everybody, including Good Money, you know what I mean? You yourself, you know, you report on these things, you know what I mean? Good Money, you know, obviously we gonna, anywhere we go, we pulling up and we getting content. So of course we gonna try to make sure we cover it as well. But the more people that start making videos and reporting on things and doing calisthenics and stuff like that is the better, bro. It's trying to grow the community, but yeah. But any final words, y'all? We ain't gonna hold y'all. We gotta get ready to go pray.
Yes, yeah, no problem, Ev. We're gonna pull up on you. I'm thinking, could I bring some of the guys down there? We do like a 1-day joint and just turn back around is a possibility. Cause I think I got 3 quads. We probably could bring like 3 to 4 quads out there. Just get a session in, a bike session, and then go live and pull back up. So I'm gonna tap in with you. It's just that you 6 hours away, so we will have to shoot out there early.
Bring them all.
All right, I got you, Ev. All right, yo, Stoke, man, appreciate you, my guy, and thanks for everything you've been doing for the calisthenic community, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all for even, you know, giving me some light, you know, and kind of touch me up on some of the history too, you know, help me be around people to get the real stories, you know. I got a new connection that runs so deep that is crazy. I'm gonna be able to make a lot of content and get a lot of stories out there that people really need to hear.
Nah, that's a fact, yeah.
All right, yo, so as a request to the chat, we might actually do that on another live stream, maybe tomorrow or the day after, something like that. We'll figure it out. He said y'all gotta watch Black Cat battle. Yeah, we could react to that on live. It's a few different joints. I just watched them actually yesterday.
Yeah, I watched that whole battle. Yeah,
we could react to that on live. And also some other battles that they actually had at the same time, like Perk's battle and stuff like that.
I just did 385 squats, man. I'm just not hitting no weighted legs unless it's leg press. I'm good off of back squats. Like back squats is not my thing. I think that's what hurt my legs. You know what I mean? At 225 doing 270, I'm good on back squats.
Well, you already know what time it is. Stay tuned. Stay ripped. 6-pack, big bag, big facts. Yo, appreciate you, Stoke.
Yes, sir. Y'all be easy.
No,
yes, sir.
Know. Pull up to Diamond Gym. Yeah, I'm gonna see what's up with Unc and Hattie and them.
Yo, listen. The only way we go on the Diamond Gym is if Diamond Gym has us pull up to Diamond Gym. Not just going to Diamond Gym just to be in the gym. Every gym has weights and a pull-up bar and a squat rack and barbells or whatever it is. If I'm going to Diamond Gym, we going to link with Unc and Hattie. That's it. Otherwise, it ain't Diamond Gym.
Yeah, for me, hybrid is like bench press, deadlift, and back squat. You know, when it comes to weightlifting.
It's not weighted calisthenics.
Yeah, weighted calisthenics is not really hybrid. Like, unless you really just go into street lifting where you do.
I don't even really feel like that's thing, because just because you're good at a weighted dip don't mean you're going to be good at deadlift.
Yeah.
So if you're a quote unquote hybrid, like what is the hybrid aspect of it?
Yeah,
right?
so
you need to be able to do the non-calisthenic movements. right? The non-traditional calisthenic movements. You need to be able to bench, you need to be able to squat, you need to be able to deadlift. That's simple as that. So I think bench pressing 225, squatting 315, and the deadlifting 405. If you're not doing at least that, then you're not really.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not doing those Zerchers.
Yeah.
You're later for that.
I'm good on that, but to each his own. Listen, all forms of training is good training, but you know, again, they try to take things that we say and make it something that we didn't say.
Nah, play ball,
Simple
no
as
freaky.
that.
115, yeah, it's a lot of content on the knee. I've been doing a lot of knees over toes stuff. So, like when a lot of these new lives that I'm gonna do.
Do you do Nordics?
No, I was doing Nordics at one time.
That bar on my neck is wild crazy. Pause.
Yeah, Nordics is good though, but I haven't done Nordics in a little minute. I was actually getting good. I actually was able to do a full Nordic curl on a flat bench, and then I stopped because I got the Nordics in there. Yeah, but a lot of leg press, leg curls, squats. I can't really lunge or pistol squat like that right now because I'm still building back up. All right, stay tuned, y'all. Stay ripped, six pack, big back,
big fat.
Yeah.
You already know what time it is.
1 never the 2.
Don't call me for the protest. 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 Call me for the war. 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 Call me for the war.
All right, you got your point. It's a good pump. It's a good pump, that's for sure. Yeah, I definitely got a bicep pump. For sure.
That's solid. It's a vibe. I rock with it. I like it. It's good. Oh, 10. It's a vibe.
Oh yeah, I
appreciate it. You
bro.
do like 4 or 5 of these, you on fire.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of these is good. It's a good focus on the rear delts, triceps, and the chest.
Yeah, bro. Love that. Yo, I'm feeling that in my shoulders, some extra bands, my lats, my triceps, obliques, everywhere, bro. I love that.